Hello, everyone, and welcome to our English club. I would like, first of all, Dr. Ayla make our opening remarks, and then we will proceed to our topic.
Thank
Dr.
you,
Ayla?
Irina. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
How is everyone? Hi, Andrea.
Fine.
How are you? Thank
Hi,
you so
I'm
much.
fine.
Thank you so much for making this event happening. And I want to thank Irina, especially for making this happen, that we can connect in the Eastern European youth to our World Women Leading Change. And I also want to welcome to all the speakers today. It is important to learn English because by learning English, you will have more network. When you have more network, you can expand your thinking, you can expand your a lot of things. You can explore the world. But most important is to have a good mindset, to always have high conscious in leading the change. Because I cannot say that my life is depend on you, but it's true. My life is depend on you. Even though I'm 16 years old, but you know, my life is depend on the youth. If we have amazing youth that leading sectors, have a bigger ambitions, want to do greater things in life, become the game changer, then the world will be a different place. So I want the youth to rise. It doesn't matter what is your color, wherever you came from, you can do wonders. You have one life to do everything. There is no other life. This is the only time and the only life you have to chase everything you want to do. And I want to call up everyone to be the next game changer. So people who lives after you can remember you, and you become a legacy. Thank you so much, everyone. Love and light from Jakarta, Indonesia.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Ayla, for your greetings and for all your warm words. That's very kind of you. I think that you already motivated us to study more, to talk more, and to be brave, and go for what we want to achieve. Thanks a lot. And here I would like to open our meeting for today, our conference, and I would like to announce the topic of today is how to make yourself marketable in order to get a targeted job. First of all, I would like to say something before we start talking about this topic. I would like to make some remarks about what marketability is and a targeted job. What is a targeted job? Let's start with targeted job. For me, targeted job is a job that I wish is a job that I can do the best, what I master at. So what I have to do, first of all, is to master at something. Okay. In order to master something, I need to know who I am. So I have to find out who am I and what I want to do. Then I can think of a targeted job. All right. What about marketability? What does marketability mean? Well, We know it is a very complex word, and for sure yeah, we can talk a lot about it. But when we speak about our personal marketability, to me, it leads to personal branding. Personal branding. I think you've already heard, because this is a very new and very popular term. So in order to be marketable, there are some steps. There are some things that you have to do. First of all, you have to be your own brand. To be your own brand, to represent something. You have to attend events, different events. You have to be active. You have to maintain relationships between people around you, especially the ones who are from your niche. You should be brave enough to apply to many things as you can in order to be visible. You have to have a story, your story about yourself. Yeah. And work on your qualifications, work on your best parts of your personality. Then you can be sure that you will get the job that you wish, unless you know who you are, you know your purpose, and you know that you can do this because this is yours. Yeah. This is what I wanted to say, that marketability is a very complex thing, and it seems to me that it becomes more and more popular and important to follow nowadays. All right, I would like to invite you to share your thoughts and ideas. How would you work on your marketability? How would you make yourself marketable in order to get the job you wish, your targeted job? You are welcome to say to talk about your experience, your own experience. And of course, you can give some advices to your colleagues or point out some aspects of this topic. All right. So I'm very happy to see you, Petru, Veronica, Andreea, and Florian. Welcome to our English club, and I'm very, very happy that you are here and you want to share your thoughts, and you're open to do that and break the ice. I would like to invite first speaker, Florian. Hello, Florian.
Hi, everyone.
How are you?
Hi, I'm really good. Finally, it's Saturday and now I can relax. No more. Yeah, I actually started a new job last week and I had quite a lot of work to do and a lot of trainings, a lot of meetings. And yesterday I worked around 16 hours, so I was really glad to put my head on the pillow and sleep. But yeah, about the topic, yeah, you really pinpointed really nice ideas about the marketing and the connections and the skills which you have to bring in order to get that dream job which you want. Yeah, but further, most of all, you have to bring something to the market. Like you said, marketing is actually not that hard, especially when you have the connections. I think nowadays the hardest part is to really find something which you can bring to put on the market. I don't know. If you want to market yourself, you really have to acquire some skills. If you are good in programming, if you are good, I don't know, being an electrician, an engineer, a doctor, well, working in the public sector, it would be easier, I think, but not in Romania. In Romania, it's a little bit difficult. But most important of all is actually to be good at something. And afterwards, you can market yourself upon those skills. For example, in my area, I just had to acquire quite a lot of tech skills and actually be good in what I do. I had to go through, of course, college in order to acquire some skills. And after college, I actually followed some courses which specialized in my area of department. Actually, it was a little bit hard to get that job, which I really wanted. But like you said, you have to go out there and apply everywhere that you see with the eyes. For example, there are certain platforms on which you can find the jobs which you think that are suitable for you. And you don't have to limit yourself. That's one thing. You just have to be brave about it and just create your CV and just apply whatever you see. If I don't know, maybe it's not your dream job, but you really want to start working or you really want to contribute or start learning something
No.
in certain jobs and then work yourself way to the top and reach those dream jobs. But you really have to put some work into this. It doesn't really come that easy. But yeah, I think probably the best advice is have no fear. Just go with it.
All right. Do you think, I have a question. Do you think that you succeed only when you are brave and you send the applications to all the jobs possible? Or it's not the solution to get a job?
It's not the only solution to get that job. You also have to know a little bit of on what you are applying to. It's best to do a little bit of research beforehand. And when you have the interview with the employer, you actually must know what you are talking about and what you are getting yourself into. Because from my experience, as I've learned, all the employers put a vague description about the job that, yes, you must have those skills and those skills, maybe a certification and some knowledge about it. But on the actual job, basically only half of the description applies, for example. I mean, they're asking I don't know, to be over the top, to have a lot of skills, but on the actual job, you actually don't need that much. But they do this in order to motivate you and to go for more and know a lot more. And actually, this applied to all of the jobs I had. In my 5 years of work, I actually had 3 jobs. This is my fourth job, which I just started since last week. And yeah, you really have to be more motivated, not only brave, but motivated and a little bit resourceful and have your whereabouts at what you're applying or what you're following. And
Could you
afterwards, I
please,
think, yeah, please.
could you please describe how was it for you to apply for a job, this process of one of these jobs? How was it? Maybe the most interesting story of all these 3 jobs that you've got. How was it, the process of applying and getting the job?
Well, basically, in my area of IT, you just have to know um, the protocols on my job and the major parts. For example, you have to know some details about the software development lifecycle, for example, how this ongoing process in a corporation works, and really know exactly how things work in this type of company. And having those know-how skills a little bit, you can make a good impression on an interview. But how I applied is I searched for the jobs. There is a platform which you can use, especially in the IT area, LinkedIn. But I think this also applies to some other type of jobs, not only in having technical skills. And I just searched. There is a search engine where it shows you all the possible jobs which you really want to apply to, and you just I don't know, read about them. And if you feel confident enough to go and pursue that job, and if you feel fit, that you would bring value to the company, or at least you want to learn more about those stuff, or you feel, yeah, that this is the future technology which will be on the market in several years, and it will take a global reach. And I don't know, whatever do you have in mind. For example, on my first job, I really didn't actually search. It was more like of an opportunity, which one of my friends brought it to me. The first job was mainly to know the German language and to go work on the sites, on the client side. And that was very motivating for me because I really liked speaking German, and it was actually a really great experience to work as well, because it was my first job. But I found it awesome that I had the opportunity to travel to Germany and work as well, being hired by a Romanian company, and I think that was really awesome. But I think my most fulfilling job is the second job, which I really had. I actually wanted to make a change and switch. I actually worked in the same area in the quality assurance engineering department, but I changed the technology. So on the first company, I worked in the dentistry area, and for the second company, I worked in the pharmaceutical area. And I'm always really keen to learn new stuff about more technology and learn about the processes. And on the first job, I learned quite a lot about the industry and the techniques and all these new technologies which are being developed to help the doctors, with all the processes in I don't know, changing your teeth, repairing your teeth, and so on and so forth. And it's really nice because you learn other stuff, not only the technical stuff. And in the pharmaceutical area, I learned quite a lot about the processes involving in how a drug is being released to the market and how it's being tested, the drug, how many years do you need. There are so many protocols in this area which we don't know about. I mean, me as a consumer, when I go to the pharmacy and just take the drug, I mean, yeah, I don't think how many years does it take for one drug to be released on the market, or how many protocols does it have to respect, or how much work is being behind that. I don't know, you pay 10, 15 leis or euro for one drug which helps you with a headache, but really don't know the backstory about this drug, or how many studies have been behind it. And yeah, for the second job, it was really nice to get all of this information, because it really helps you develop an insight on how stuff works behind. I know there was a show on Discovery Channel, I think, How Stuff Works, or how are things created, and you really get to know on other stuff besides the technicality which I bring to the company. And I think that's really fulfilling. But I think one of the best things about my job is really to really know the fact that my job actually improves the life of people. I think that is the best part, because this is my first job, and again, I'm also I came back to the pharmaceutical area. And I know that my experience from the second company will help develop this corporation to bring more value on how the patients are being treated, or how the drug development process, the drug testing, I actually will help improve these processes on the patient side. And I think that's really awesome, because this is an ongoing industry which develops quite a lot, especially nowadays with having this pandemic. And I think it's really cool on what I do, and I actually really like the job. That's why I didn't mind working yesterday around 16 hours, and actually learning more about the processes, and actually really excited to have started this job. And yeah, it's really nice.
Darling, I had one more question for you.
Yeah, sure.
Do you maintain your relationship with people from your last jobs? or not?
Of course, of course. I have friends from all the jobs I went through. From the first job, of course, is my colleague from college, and which we talk about. And afterwards, I made friends with all the other colleagues. And now we can't meet that often, but sometimes when we are in the same city, we go out for a coffee, we talk. We have Facebook groups on Messenger where we talk and exchange ideas and actually maintain these relationships. Also, from my second job, I have quite a lot of friends, around 10, which we speak on a daily basis and also share thoughts. And we gather also sometimes to go on a barbecue, go fishing, we can go on a coffee, drink. We actually hang out quite a lot. From the third company, it's a little bit difficult because I was in Cluj hired, and I haven't stayed that much and didn't actually manage to keep friends with them because of the pandemic. I only worked for 2 months inside the office in the company building, and afterwards we worked only remotely, and we didn't have the chance to actually tie friendships quite that much. But I still keep in touch with them whenever I come to Cluj. There I have some colleagues there which I can hang out with and go for coffee, exchange some ideas. But yeah, it's really important to maintain the connections and have as many, I don't know, resources, connections as possible, because one of the best marketing strategies out there, when you yourself are represented as a product or as a merchandise, is networking. I think that is the best idea for gather more clients or gather opportunities, because when people know that you are good in something, you're automatically, I don't know, from one to another. Like, for example, a good plumber, how does he has a good marketing? Because he has gone to someone and he has done a really great job, and then he's being recommended to other people, to other connections, I don't know, to other relatives, and so on and so forth. Exactly like an electrician. When you ask someone, hey, does someone know an electrician? And all the friends have someone in mind which did a great job inside their house or with whatever problem did they have. And yeah, that's basically the best idea how to put yourself. But again, it depends on the type of job on which you are doing, because I don't know, these practical jobs, like I said, being an electrician, a plumber, a doctor, or any kind of this stuff come from recommendations. Whereas an IT job, it's pretty straightforward. You're on the platform, on LinkedIn or Best Jobs, and usually the employer comes to you with an offer, because you just put there your skills, and I don't know, you're just like, they are window shopping, and they just go from here to there, and just the employer searches if you have the necessary skills in order to perform their job. And I think this is a little bit easier to make connections and have a broader network which can work in your favor.
Thank you, Florian. Do you have any questions to Florian? You can ask.
If anybody wants to work in the IT area and want to know the process behind it, how to land the job, yeah, I helped some other people.
Dr. Ayla, do you have any questions?
If not, then thank you for listening.
Thank you, Florian. Thanks a lot. Okay,
Yeah, no problem.
now
My
I would
pleasure.
like to, yeah, I would like to invite Petru to share his thoughts and his maybe experience in getting a targeted job and being marketable. What do you think about being marketable?
Hello, everyone. I'm Petru. Thank you very much for giving me the chance to speak about this topic. I'm really excited to participate in this kind of discussions, and I really like the environment. Florian, thank you for your speech. It was great. About being marketable, I think it's more about your confidence, or more about the abilities that you have, and how you can then present to the one company or another. So in this sense, I think that you need, as you said, you need to know your goals. You need to know what you want from this life, and then you need to apply on the job that will fulfill in somehow the goals you want to achieve. I think that's also the statement that Florian said about being involved in many things is helping a lot, because you can in this way start to understand how things works, and how you can let's say fulfill your goals, and for which job you need to apply in the future. So you can achieve a lot of experience and a lot of networking, a lot of knowledge from other people. So then you can somehow interact with different things and different, I don't know, maybe people that from the other areas, and get involved in different topics. So you manage to build yourself a strong character and a strong mind map and mindset to go further. From my experience, I didn't get involved in many activities like jobs, but I was the type of guy which involved in many volunteering. So in these 3 or 4 years when I was at college, at university, I just get involved in many activities that I just find it. So I was the type of guy which just heard about some volunteering and was involved in that, and so on. And I think that this is beautiful, because now I somehow can go further, and can go to a company with a lot of knowledge about how organizations work, how you can interact with different peoples, how you can let's say start a project and conduct them, and achieve some goals for the organization. That's it. I will say. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I think that you will get more and more experience in getting a job, a targeted job that you wish. And I wish you can talk about it more, about your experience more in the future. And I wish you all the best and many, many success in all you want to achieve, and to become a really marketable person, and be a brand for your employees.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for your speech. Now I'd like to invite Xiaowan, Veronica, but I don't think she's here. Okay, so who would like else to talk about the topic for today? Dr. Ayla, what is your opinion about being marketable, and how to get a targeted job?
First of all, I think you have to think to be an entrepreneur, not looking for a job. because in the long run, that this job is very, very difficult to get, right? And to me, I think you have to think outside of the box, how to create a company or merge with company who already have a name and expand with them. I think also it's very important to see what's happening and keep going on a path of networking at the very, very high level, because you wanted to know what happened in the world, right? And I think if you want to work, just work for like 1, 2, 3, maximum 5 years, because I think you have to build your own company or merge with people who already have a big company and build with them. This way, you will have a freer time, less stress. You are not, you know, so you work for fun. I think it's important to work for happiness, because eventually, I have a very different opinion about money. To me, money is illusion, and we create that illusion. We create that value, you know. So when we see a box of chocolate, somebody could buy it in $5 or $100. It depends what is the preserve on that, what is the brand in the chocolate, you know. And further along, I think it's important for a young person to also always advance the skill. You know, I still study until now. I want to show you. This is my library. Yes, you see, I'm spending like 21 hours here if I'm in Jakarta. You see my library? And I'm like, I have a professor degree, doctor degree. I keep learning because there's a lot of new things that happen. You know, there is digital currency is coming, digital asset is coming, cryptocurrency is coming. There's so many new things that we have to learn, you know, and I still keep time for doing like my conference and my woman empowerment, because it keeps me going, and being kind is important. And when you are networking and when you are in the right path of networking, yeah, you will probably have one of the like very small percentage of the world most social impacted company. And nowadays investor does not look for something that profitable only. It's not enough, because if you are profitable but you are using child labor, there's a lot of problem in your company. It becomes, you know, it becomes something that not really good. So I think my message is be an entrepreneur, because your time is valuable, your life is valuable. And if you don't know how to be an entrepreneur, maybe you should find an entrepreneur and help them create the vision with them. Find someone you can trust and build a company. And always think of how can I open a job for other people, you know? As simple as, I don't know, having making a books, you know, become a software engineer, professional software engineer, so everybody can hire you. You don't work in one company. You actually can take, you know, everything. Like my company, consulting company, it's called Ayla Associate. We are not working for anybody. We are not. So when people hire us, it depends on us whether we want to take the job, whether we like the person, whether I'm happy with the person. So it gives me free time. And each of our consultant, actually someone that free also, you know, they can choose, do they want to be our consultant or they don't want to be our consultant. And we have a project, we passed it. So I think it's worked perfect for me ever since 22 years ago, you know, since I was 16 to I was 16. Because I think real estate have no limit, have no income limit. It depends on who you close, and have very, very big free time. And nowadays also there's so many, how you say, digital currency, yes, digital currency, you know. So I want to just tell you that the best is to be investor. Yes, you have to work because you need to learn to be disciplined on time. You need to learn, but don't take it so long. And when you have to work, the way I think it, my first job is, I was a waitress, you know, because I don't have money when I go to school in Singapore. I have a scholarship, but I don't have money to buy food. So I'm like waitressing in the street vendor. That gives me a lot of courage that I have to stay humble. And then I become a flight attendant. But then I have coming to one interview that I really hate, you know, because the person like, hello, you are late for an interview. I'm like, I'm not late, and I'm flying from Bali, and the interview is really somewhere far. She goes like 15 minutes for interview is late. And I'm glad she did it, because ever since she said like it's kind of rejection, ever since that I decided I don't want to, how you say, you know, I want to have my own job. I want to create my own job. So I think that's all from me, Irina. I think it's important that you learn how to work, but you have to think how can you be entrepreneur. And nowadays many opportunity, because for example, if you are in Romania, many people want to come to your country, Romania, whether they want to buy a lot of things, you know, food supply, they cannot go there, so they need partner, right? You can trade, you know. And the thing is, how do you know there is this opportunity? You have to be very active, you know. You have to have a community, you have to build a community, so this way you know. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for
thank you, Dr. Ayla.
Yes,
does anyone have questions to Dr. Ayla?
I look young, yes. I want to be like you, 16. I don't want to grow.
You are 16. I'm very
Yes,
beautiful.
always 16.
Young lady. Always. All right. So yeah, thanks a lot to each one of you for expressing your ideas. Two of our members were gone because of the internet connection issues. So I think that we can end our meeting here. And I would like to thank you very much for your participation, for expressing your thoughts, and from sharing your experience. I really appreciate Dr. Ayla for her support and for her presence, being here every time, talking, encouraging us, and asking questions. She's 16 years old, young, beautiful lady, and she's very curious and wants to learn each time. I wish each one of you will be like as she is, because this is amazing to be always a curious child who wants to learn and be better. Thank you, Petru, for your experience, and I wish you get more and more experience and be able to share here with us and be more active. I'm waiting for you for the next session. Yeah. Also, thank you, Florian, for your participation, for your rich experience and your advices. I was listening to you with just a great interest, because I don't have such a great experience in applying for jobs and getting them. So your experience is very rich, and and interesting for me personally. I think that we can learn from each other and share everything, absolutely everything we have in life with each other, and of course build beautiful relationship here.
Of
All right.
course. Yeah, that's the good part about talking in these kind of groups or meetings. It's really nice to exchange experiences, and also thank you, Dr. Ayla. I think that's the next step about after having a job is being an entrepreneur. But first, you have to gather a little bit of knowledge in some areas and to know and what area you have to must have a company or what products you have to.
Yes. But I think you know what? I think important for you to find your passion.
Exactly.
Right? You know, to me, I never feel it works because I'm very passionate about it. You know, I'm so in love with my work, so I never feel like it's work. And when I decided that I want to do real estate, I was intern with my company, my friend company for 2 years. I was intern, you know, so I get just a food and a place to stay. Very simple, but I learned so much because a lot of the experience in, like, for example, real estate, I don't get in any school. So it's important to find your passion, like falling in love, you know, and that maybe some people don't know it, but because they're young, but you have to keep looking for that love, you know. Something that keeps you excited, something that keeps you awake in the night, you know, like you have to find it, because don't follow other people. You don't need to impress anyone in this world except for yourself, you know. You have to feel that love with your job, like, you know. And when you decided, okay, I want to be, like, you know, entrepreneur in fashion because I'm crazy about fashion, then you have to find where is the fashion place that you can work, so it's in line, you know. You don't move unless if you go to fashion and then you decided try fashion and you don't like it, then you have to change, you know. It's important to find the love of your life. It's important. Don't follow other people, you know. It doesn't matter when you started not having anything, because the love will bring you that passionate thing, and you're gonna be big eventually, you know. It's not about like this, you know. It's not about, okay, I want to work in a very, very big company, right? Like, for example, I don't know what big company for you, but when you get in there, you are stressed, right? Or you are under pressure. I think you know, to me, it's important to find the love, and you have to find a mentorship, not work when you're young. You need to have a good mentorship and good network, because after that you decided, okay, that's what I'm gonna do, and you go forward and keep learning.
Yes, that's the most important thing.
Valuable words,
I agree.
Dr. Ayla. I just noted that. To be in love, to have mentorship and what network. Cool. Thanks a lot.
To be always in love, yeah. It
Always.
has to be constant. Always in love.
Definitely. Cool. That's really a boom of ideas. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. That's amazing. All right. We can close our meeting here, and I wish you have a beautiful, wonderful weekend. Enjoy the time, and as soon as possible, just get in love. Get in love with something.
The idea for today, we get in love.
Yes, love is important. The most important thing in your life, it's love and compassion. That's why I call it WWLC. Is the world with love and compassion. You need to have the love and compassion.
Definitely. Thank you. Wish you wonderful weekend and wonderful day. And see you next time. It's always first week of the month. Yeah. First week as today, Saturday at 11 GMT or 1 p.m. Bucharest time. Thanks a lot once again. Yeah. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Nah, dia kok itu katanya passcode-nya nggak bisa ya?